Okay, part two. Here we go. I hope you saw part one. Maybe. Maybe you're on out of time. Just put it to speak. Come on. Okay, so on writing, the last point that I said was if you're an engineer, if you're a thinker, you're a creator, those types of people, they make the world that you see. The ones who dictate what happens and who runs the show. Those are the people who can articulate in the spoken or written. That was the bomb I dropped. And if you want an analogy, we'll think puppets, the puppets you used in the library in elementary school. The engineers, the thinkers, the coders, and all that people, which myself included, we're those puppets, people see us. So we're like the star of the show. But the ones who hold the puppet with their hands, those are the ones who know how to write, the great writers, and the ones who can speak well. So, like this dude. So this is one of my favorite books, and I read this quite often. That's the other thing with books is there's only like a certain handful of books you would read every single day, besides religious textbooks and all that. There are very few, but this one's a good one. Great writer. So there are certain biases that come from this book, and now that they're part of me. Do they serve me well? Hell yeah. Because I made very good brothers with this. Although most of my brothers have taken their own endeavor. But I still consider them brothers to me. And using these principles, I've been able to find them, and stay in contact with them. And same thing can be with any other book. Maybe, I don't know, if you're a startup founder, maybe 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel might be something of your religious system. But anyone who can write well is going to control you. Does it serve you? Sure. Maybe you might not think about that part. And if it does serve you, of course, you're not going to really question, am I being manipulated? Am I a puppet? Because it's helped. But sometimes we just don't take ownership, extreme ownership of what goes on in here. Which is funny as well, because I'm not going to say most of you, but I myself in the past have had a tendency to be looking for that piece of wisdom, but in reality, what I was looking for was novelty, even though the thing was already there. I was just looking for it in a different form. So I don't know. Let's just go with the example of. I'm thinking of one. Like the life ain't to be a qubit, where I said that you live in the 0 state or in the 1 state. It's just kind of basically saying, live in the present, and stupid shit like that. But then someone else can come up with a different analogy. Maybe it could be about, I don't know, like a Japanese war god or some shit. I don't know Japanese history, but it could be something like that. Or it can come in a totally different form, like this dude, Ikigai. They might bring up an analogy from Ikigai instead of, quantum computing. It's the same thing. It's just that if you can articulate it well, people will believe you. Also, competence and proof of competence also helps. So that's just another thing is what we think we seek as novelty, but what we really need is the reminder every single fucking day, Because to be honest, there's not a lot of things you need to know. You just need to be reminded of the things that actually work. So, for example, smiling and opening the door for people. Just need to be reminded of that every single day. I know we can't tattoo stuff to our face so that we can be reminded, but we can get closer to that, So the next thing is we just need to be reminded of that. And that kind of brings me up to another thing about being reminded of the things that kind of already work and that have a tendency to function. It's just on those. It's just basically on those reminders. And here's the thing that here is my own propaganda and agenda. So here we go. Some of you relate, some of you will think I'm crazy. Fine. But there is more value to life than just looking at the wokeism and this culture wars and masculinity wars. Although, there are certain things that I do think, as a dude, as a man, every other dude who has a dick attached, to their legs or next to their legs should follow. There are other concerns, such as creating new energy, nuclear fusion, because to be honest, as I mentioned in the first video, AI isn't going to be the thing that probably wipes us out. It's definitely going to be something that involves basic necessities such as energy, water, air, infertility, maybe. Because I wouldn't be surprised if people won't be able to have kids because of the first person who decided to plant the first seed under the ground. Because that kind of caused a ripple chain of massive success for humans. That's why we are at the top of the food chain. But that's also the same reason it might kill us. We wanted so much success. We were success hungry. And it'll be the same thing that probably kills us. It won't be. I don't think it will have to be AI that wipes us out. I think it's already going to be stuff on. It's going to involve basic necessities like water, air, and I mean, those are immediate, but long term, I think infertility. Because I don't know the statistics exactly, but I don't know. Let's say if 1 out of 4 or 5 people today can't have kids, we're kind of fucked, Where will be those creators, those innovators, those warriors, those fighters? Where are they going to come from? Because we have plenty of talk bones and wish bones that make up our society, but we don't have any backbones, Backbones as in they do the hard work. They take extreme ownership. They suffer. But they get the points for humanity. They're the only ones. Wish bones, jaw bones, they want to do all the talking, and the ones that, like the journalists, but kind of the ones that criticize on what people are actually working on to win humanity points. Sure, we need journalism, but not journalism that kind of throws people under the bus. Just take the accomplishment for what it is, and don't cancel things that you claim you don't, that you think are hateful, but in reality you just don't like, because maybe you don't understand it, or because it goes against the current propaganda that has been put in your brain. Because great writers control your mind. It's not the engineer or the code. I think if we are going to make more of these people that create the backbones of society, where they create the next nuclear fusion machine, or they make a way to create water abundant, or maybe they win, I don't know, Mexico World Cup. Come on. I'm waiting for that one. Or some shit like that, We're gonna need more of these tough people, men and women. But as I mentioned, I'm biased because I'm a dude, so I know I might say he or them, or he or him, or whatever stupid ass pronoun that exists. It's my tendency. And I do think that to get these people, they're going to have to start here in the present. We can't just wait another generation to say, oh, yeah, we'll start all over again. No, we got to start. So we're going to need to do those reminders, as I mentioned, where there are things that already work, but we just think we need novelty. You just need to be reminded of it every single day. I have post-its on behind here. I have post-its behind you of the goal, of the objective that I have tried to do for an entire year. And even on this journal that I have, I open it every single day. Shit, my pen. I have it every single day. I read it every single day because that's the things that control my mind. So I analyze them and say, is this actually what I think? Is this actually what I believe? Is this actually going to get me to where I want? To earn the respect of a young man at this age who must earn respect more than ever at this age. So the younger you are, I believe that the younger you are, you got to prove yourself worthy. This is coming from a young dude myself. I know. So I do think we do need to get them out of these reminders, but the first thing we probably need to start is definitely giving them the reminders and get them out of the habits. Because I do think that whatever they have seen, whatever they have viewed, is going to create their mind. So if we can remind them of things that are probably more ethical, at least in our worldview, or at least in my worldview, what I think is correct, such as winning victory points for humanity by demonstrating what the human mind is and body is capable of, instead of just, I don't know, playing Call of Duty and vapes and wanking off, like that doesn't, I don't fuck with that. That's not a victory point for humanity. That's a disgrace for humanity, We can get more of that. We would need to start off with a reminder. And I do think we can do it by tackling some of the old habits and replacing them with a good habit plus a reminder. So one thing that I was definitely thinking of, because I always have a tendency with, normally, if I'm sitting down and I'm journaling, I sometimes just put a pen in my mouth and I'm like, I don't know, I normally have something in my mouth. And most of the time it's just gum. But if I don't have gum, I either get a pen, a pencil, and on very rare cases, a toothpick. But most of the time it's just gum, which is an addiction. So I need to figure out how to get off of that, maybe. Because to be honest, I don't think I would want, because I just don't want to depend on gum to be functional, So also taking extreme ownership of that. But I do think that we need to start off with one of those habits. So let's take vaping. If people, I don't know what is it that makes people love vapes, because I've never done vapes, so because I'm a decent human being and I follow what already works, which is religion, or at least try to my best to do my best at it. Is we would probably need, I would need to really think about why is it that people vape? Is it to forget about their current reality? Is it because they claim that it reduces their stress or anxiety or whatever? I don't know. But all I know is it just makes you, or at least in my eyes, just makes you view unprofessional and you don't give a shit about life. I think if we could replace it with something that creates an image of, I guess, not perfection, but of a better human, a decent human being that attracts the main pain points of every human, which is maybe having kids or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe credibility, respect, something that, because I feel like everyone wants at least the respect, and by respect, as in you are acknowledged and you're treated, you know what? You're good. because to be honest, I don't think people want fame. I think they just want to be acknowledged. Just said, you know what? I appreciate for what you have done, sir, ma'am. You know, like even that enough is just enough to brighten someone's day. I do believe that it's going to require. Yeah, we're doing vapes. Maybe we would need to create an image that, let's say, I don't know. I mean, if vapes is putting something in your mouth, uh, like a toothpick, like a toothpick that has words, like a word inscribed on it. Maybe you could put the toothpick. Yeah, if you're a toothpick dude, and if you just need something that calms your stress down, if you put the word on the toothpick, let's say strong or discipline or commitment, something like that, especially if you're trying to get off vapes and you already have that toothpick in your mouth that already has the reminder on there that says commitment or committed, disciplined. I don't know, would that trigger something in the mind? Because I do know that if you have one word written on the wall, that triggers something in the brain. They're like, yeah, that one word, that one word. So maybe if you were I don't know, let's say you were CEO, maybe it is grit. Oh shit. Maybe it's grit. I don't know. Or if you're an innovator, it's focus. If you're a author, maybe it's write or something like that. If you're a parent, maybe it might be enjoyment, patience, something like that. Maybe that might get people vaping, and then we can start taking them off habit by habit. Or maybe it might just be the brand in general, where you can say, yeah, I'm part of this. I feel part of the family. You know, I know I'm throwing an idea out here, and by the way, ideas are worth $0. So if you want to take this idea from me, go right ahead. I won't be mad. The thing is, who actually wants to commit 5 years to their life doing this? I know I would, but it's just not my purpose yet. It's not my mission to 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 get people on a bigger mission. So yeah, because ideas are worth shit. It's only to execute on it and complete it. That's when it's worth something. So yeah, don't own an idea, because you don't own shit until you make something out of it. Until it's in the physical realm, you don't own anything. But yeah, that would be interesting. Something like, I don't know, for a dude, maybe a toothpick. I don't know, because I do know in the South they like to have toothpicks in their mouths. I'm talking about U.S. here, but yeah, put a toothpick that has someone like a word on it that gives them that reminder that they need, because they don't need anything new. You just need to be reminded of the thing that already works, and they see it every time they take it out or when they're in the mirror or something. I don't know. It just might bring a movement. Bring that movement. Bring that mission of going to better ourselves, so that we can we can push we can push forward, and we have a chance of delivering a victory point for humanity. Because I don't know, it would hurt, at least, because I don't know how many other dudes are gonna relate to me at this age, but it would hurt to not have kids. And even if I don't have kids of my own, I'd still take someone from the foster or the show or from the adoption center, you know. Although I know it would, although I know I do have the tendency to want something biologically of my own, but yeah, I want to at least become somebody who can instill good habits into other people, especially my sons. That's another thing about this thing. And also, I know that this is a decade long question, or maybe a lifelong question. It's also, why do I want to be a father? You know, because I don't know if it's actual propaganda made by media, by the family, or maybe it's genuinely meant to be a good thing. Is to, why do I want to be a father? Because if I just want to be a father just for the uterus, for the vagina, then I'm not meant to be a father. You know. But if I really want to raise a good child with good ethics, with good moral code, and create something of a titan, then I think that would be a good reason to be a good father. I do think that without competence, without proof of knowing what it is to live a good life, I don't think I don't think you're meant to be a father anyway. And that's funny because not even just like father mother in general, but it's funny how I had to take a test to get a driving license, but there is no like test or way to legally prove that you can be a good parent. I don't think this is a new philosophical shit. I feel like some people have asked this already. But I don't know if we should have one. But to be fair, I would feel deep shame if I had to leave my son or my daughter behind. Not for any and not for a good reason. If it's just like, oh, well, they don't want you anymore, because there are definitely some fatherless people out there. Some because life happened. Maybe they died, or maybe they had to go somewhere. I don't blame you there. But if the father just left, I feel bad. I feel bad for you because now you don't have a a good example, a real life superhero in your life. So you're gonna probably resort to Marvel and DC and shit. Like, imagine. I don't know. I always have this hypothetical scenario, but imagine your kid loving Superman more than your actual dad. That's gotta hurt. I don't know. If that happened to me, I would feel like, why do I even have a dick? Why do I have a dick if my kid loves Superman more than me? Why let your kid like Superman when you can be his Superman? That should be the aspiration for every dad. Just be that real life Superman. You know, conquer shit. You know, so that your kid says, you know what, fuck Superman. I like my dad more. Real life propaganda. It's because I've never liked superheroes, so I don't know. Because I had a good dad. I had a good dad. I had a good mom as well. So no Wonder Woman either. No, I don't know. Okay, so something off happened. What the fuck? All right, but yeah, I don't know, because I had immigrant parents. I think that's why. I never fell for that type of propaganda either, because I have real life superheroes. It takes real balls to leave everything behind, start all over, and give your kids a better shot at delivering at that victory point for humanity. Whether it's a victory point for humanity or a victory point for yourself, because a victory point for humanity could be demonstrated. You can take care of your family. you can do all these things. That is a decent, that's a very decent way of proving victory point to humanity. But yeah, I think that's probably why I never really liked all the Marvel DC, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of people who hate on me for that one because maybe I don't know, maybe you give a shit about Black Panther or whatever, but why need Black Panther when I have a real life, superhero who had to suffer but he won eventually in real life. I don't need it, you know. And I think that's what I aspire to be. And every time I talk here is, even if it's for one person, I want to be that superhero for you. Because I know all of us, we got fighting wars. I know you're fighting your own war. I know you got your own battles. I mean, I root for you, but I cannot fight. I cannot fight with you in that final battle. And I know this is my version of the final battle. I know somebody's going to try and take me down. And if no one is trying to take me down, I know it's going to be my past self and my doubts and whatever propaganda is still left in my brain. And if there is someone who is trying to take me down for the progress that I've made, you're not going to win. No matter how many shit posts you do, no matter how much trash you may talk behind my back to your friends or whatever, you're not going to stop me either way. And if this is only to my past self, remember you got surgery, you had a breathing machine, you went back to your parents' village for a little bit, you did music, you got to the top. There's no other reason why to quit or to back down. Because I know also that one day my future kid's gonna look at this, whether biologically or adopted, I don't know. But he's gonna look at this one day. He's gonna either think two things: you're delusional, or shit, you were already a superhero. You just needed the proof. And I'm almost there to show him at least the first bit of proof that I can be a titan in your life. And I can be a titan in whoever's life looks at this too. I think I'm just going to say it one last time and then I'll turn the video off. But I think I am already going to be a titan in life. I think I'm already going to be someone's superhero. I just need to win the battle. I need to fight that evil dude, that evil character. And when I win, then you'll look at me and say, motherfucking superhero. He nearly died 3 times, and he still won. I'll catch you in a few weeks, because if you didn't see the first video, I got the materials. I'm just waiting on one more of these, and it's showtime. So in 2-3 weeks, I will find out if I defeat my final back. And then I will get the respect that I have worked for 3 years. And hopefully I get my grand prize, which I'll tell you soon. Catch you.